Bill O'Reilly here, Monday, March 28th, 2022. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. President Biden calls for the removal of Putin. The president's approval rating falls to another record low. Families flee the country's most progressive cities. A majority of millennials resent the rich. Also ahead, Will Smith smacks Chris Rock at the Oscars. I'll tell you what that is really all about. But first, President Biden demanding the removal of Bad Vlad during his trip to Europe. The president went off script during an event in Poland, stating, quote, "For God's sake, this man, Putin, cannot remain in power." The White House immediately moderated that statement. Secretary of State Blinken said, quote, "Putin cannot be empowered to wage war or engage in aggression against Ukraine, but we do not have a strategy of regime change in Russia." Okay. Back in the USA, Mr. Biden's approval rating reaching a new low. Survey from NBC News finds just 40% of voters back the president, 55% disapprove. 8 in 10 believe gas prices will get worse. 70% question Biden's ability to handle Ukraine. The public evenly split on the president's response to COVID. 2/3 of Americans give him low marks on the economy, and that is the death knell for the Democratic Party in November if it continues, and it most likely will. Americans now fleeing the country's biggest cities in record numbers. Data from the U.S. Census Bureau says 300,000 people have left New York City, 100,000 ditched L.A., 90,000 left Chicago, 50,000 fled San Francisco. Biggest factors include high crime, cost of living, COVID rules. Most popular destinations for families relocating, Florida and North Carolina. Majority of young Americans resent the wealthy. Study from the Cato Institute says 52% of adults under the age of 39 claim the rich have amassed their fortunes by exploiting the poor. By comparison, 85% of senior citizens believe successful Americans earn their money legitimately through hard work. 7 in 10 millennials say they prefer socialist political candidates. Not a good sign. Coming next, the brawl at the Oscars. Right back. Supply chain issues have been a catalyst to bring high-tech manufacturing back to the USA. My tech guy, the founder of Brownstone Research, calls it the Great Recalibration and discusses it in his new newsletter, Near Future Report. For 35 years, Jeff Brown has helped his subscribers safely navigate volatile times to preserve and grow wealth. He also answers your most pressing questions like how to protect your retirement from inflation. What are the implications of a new digital currency and the Great Reset? What will the Fed do with interest rates? And what's going to happen in the stock market this year? Brownstone Research has been at the forefront of major market moves for 35 years. Let Jeff help you by signing up for his newsletter today at a 75% discount, a 12-month subscription, only $49. So please go to jeffbrowntech.com, jeffbrowntech.com, jeffbrowntech.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day, the great Oscar brawl of 2022. In this corner, Will Smith. In the opposing corner, Chris Rock. So let's walk through this story because there's a lot more here than you may know. First, the stats. Will Smith is 53 years old, born in Philadelphia. He rose to prominence through a TV program called Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He is an excellent actor. He won Best Actor of the Year last night at the Academy Awards for a movie called King Richard. Chris Rock is 57 years old, 4 years older than Mr. Smith. He started working as a stand-up comedian in 1984. He was born in South Carolina. He rose to fame on Saturday Night Live. He hosted the Academy Awards twice before, in 2005 and 2016, but last night he was a guest. So what happened? Well, Mr. Rock is a wise guy. I think he's pretty funny. But he was up on stage in his tux riffing about the movie stars sitting in the audience, and he singled out Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, 25 years ago, there was a movie named G.I. Jane. You may remember Demi Moore starred as a naval recruit, and in the film, she had a shaved head. Well, in real life, Miss Jada Pinkett Smith, has a bald head because she has alopecia. All right, that's a setup. So Rock looks at her and says, I'm looking forward to G.I. Jane 2. Kind of a lame joke, but not that offensive, I guess. Maybe if you have alopecia. Well, Miss Pinkett Smith didn't really like it. So all of a sudden, her husband Will Smith bolts up onto the stage and smacks Rock. Overreaction? I think so. And then he yells at him with the F word. That was bleeped out in America, but around the world they heard it. So what's really going on here? Well, in my opinion, and I think this is correct, all of these movie stars are so tightly wound because Hollywood is collapsing. The whole industry is going right down the drain. It's way too politically correct for most Americans. The films are largely boring. Last night, outside of that smackdown, nobody cares what limited intellectual celebrities say about politics, yet they keep yammering. So why would we watch it? And the movie productions are shrinking, which means fewer salaries, fewer jobs. All of these people in Hollywood are tightly wound. I know it. I produced 4 movies. I know this industry. And it is really intense out in Hollywood because the film and TV industry is on drastic decline. So I think Smith went into that. He was so tense, and then it all went bad. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it, and I just hope Will Smith doesn't smack me in a moment, something you might not know. As you know, inflation is almost out of control thanks to the policies of this administration. Retirement accounts are especially vulnerable right now because when inflation goes up, your dollar savings go down. So how do you protect your hard-earned wealth? Please call the people I trust at American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts against inflation by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver, and they make it easy. They are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. All it takes is a quick call, and they will deliver physical gold and silver right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. Plus, tell them O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $1,500 of free silver on your first order. So please don't wait. 877-444-GOLD Gold or text GOLD to 65532. Again, 877-444-GOLD or text GOLD to 65532. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Latest polls say immigration is one of the biggest issues for voters heading into the midterm elections in November. There are right now roughly 15 million undocumented people living in the USA. Whatever Congress chooses to do with the border, the fate of migrant babies will not be changed because it was decided more than a century ago. On this day in 1898, the Supreme Court issued a landmark decision. Every person born in the USA is a lawful American citizen. Those infants are now called anchor babies. Here is the story of how this all came about. A man named Wong Kim Ark was born in San Francisco to Chinese immigrants. The 1882 Chinese Exclusion Act prevented his parents, Wang's parents from ever becoming American citizens. In the fall of 1895, the young man was barred from entering California after he returned from a visit to Asia. Wang's papers were in order. He traveled with signed affidavits certifying he was born in the United States. Despite the documents, authorities denied him entry. Customs officials worked to deport Wang back to China. Well, he sued, and he spent the next 4 months living on different ships in San Francisco Bay. Then the case wound through the federal courts, got to the Supreme Court, which ruled in favor of Wang Kim on March 28, 1898. The justices cited the 14th Amendment, writing, quote, "All persons born in the United States are citizens of the United States." The judges created one exception that remains to this day. Children of foreign diplomats are not entitled to citizenship. Fast forward 124 years, there is now an industry of anchor babies, pregnant foreign women coming here illegally to give birth. And here's something else you might not know. According to Pew Research, 4 million illegal migrants have given birth to U.S. citizens in the past 10 years. At Parkland Memorial Hospital in Dallas, 70% of women having babies are not lawful residents of the USA. 70%. Back after this. We have been brainwashed into believing the only way to grow our money for retirement is to risk it in the stock market. Not true. You can reach your financial goals without taking any unnecessary risks. Bank on yourself is a better way to grow and protect your hard-earned money. The retirement plan alternative has never had a losing year in more than 160 years. With Bank on Yourself, you get guaranteed predictable growth on your retirement income with no luck, skill, or guesswork required. It is all tax-free, without volatility, and you are the one in control. So there's no government penalties or restrictions. You can get a free report with all the details on how adding Bank on Yourself to your financial plan can help you take back control of your money. Just go to bankonyourself.com/nospin. That's bankonyourself, one word, .com/nospin. Check it out. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.